it's me, Courtney, and welcome to my channel. In today's video, we will be doing a review of the Berries and Cream palette from Dominique Cosmetics. Dominique Cosmetics was basically founded, created, all of that, by the YouTuber Kristen Dominique. The funny thing is, I wasn't gonna actually buy this palette. Like, to me, this palette and a lot of the other palettes that have been coming out lately have been so similar. So like the Urban Decay Naked Cherry palette looks like the Lolita palette that's coming out, which also looks like, you know, the Huda Beauty palette. Like, to me, they all kind of look alike. The cherry tones, though very beautiful, like I can only do so much with an entire palette based on one color, if that makes sense. And I have to take in consideration like the fact that half of those colors on my skin tone and even deeper are going to look exactly the same or won't be much color payoff at all. So when I sort of think about things like that, that's why I don't jump to buy just any palette that comes out, especially if they're like all cherry, all reds, all, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it just does not make sense and it's not gonna get a lot of use. And to me, this palette is in that same category of monochromatic palettes that aren't gonna get a lot of use for me, or at least that's what I thought until like I went online. I actually saw Kristen Dominique do the swatches on her video when she did like her whole reveal for the collection. And honestly, there's a few colors in there that I'm gonna talk about that sort of drew me into it. Long story short, I'm actually really glad that I got this palette. I'm not trying to blind y'all, cause yeah, alright. So the first thing that I was gonna tell you guys is the palette is actually really big. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was gonna be. It comes in this flap. It's like a rose gold metallic color. And when you take it out, I remember in her video she was saying she was going for like that crushed velvet look. Alright, so this palette was $44. It comes with that clear plastic flap thing that everybody always tosses. Also comes with a pretty decent sized mirror. It comes with 12 shades. So you get 8 mattes, 3 shimmers, or like metallic shades, and 1 matte with glitter in it. As you can see, I've been playing in it a little bit, so a lot of the colors that have that DC in it, really you can't see them as well anymore. These shadows are very buttery, very soft, and very pigmented, which I was pleasantly surprised because, in all honesty, a few of these shades I didn't think were even going to show up on my skin tone, and I was surprised that they did. Like this shade right here, which is kind of like my nail shade, this shade right here is really interesting because I thought on my skin tone it was just gonna be like a pale peach, but it sort of warms up on my skin. Even this shade right here, which you would think would be like a dull gray color, it actually does still show up on the skin, and it actually shows up a little bit mauve, like a mauvey purple color. The main color that drew me in was this one. For some reason, when she swatched this color, which is Warm Pie, when she swatched this color, I was like, what is that? I have to have it. It's like a matte deep red, but then it has like that gold in it. Like, it's a really unique color. One thing I will say is that because these shades are very buttery, you do get a ton of kick up, and it's the kind of kick up that you tap your brush in and it kind of starts flaking a little bit. I don't mind that so much, except for one of these shades, and I'll talk to you about that in a second. I don't mind kick up as much as long as it's not affecting the actual shade going onto my eye. As long as it's not like falling completely out of the pan, then the kick up to me is okay. But they are very blendable, very smooth. So the only problem that I had with this palette was this color right here. This is called Blueberry Muffin. And it's not even like a huge problem. It's just this one took a little bit more finessing to get where I wanted it to be. And it's not even, I mean, it wasn't even like a bad shade to blend or anything. I get the most fallout from this. And to me, anytime I use a blue pigment or anytime I use a blue shadow in general, those shadows are the most difficult to get off as far as like when you do get the fallout on your face. That's why you guys don't really see me use blues that often. It's just not my favorite color to work with. I do like the actual color of the blue, and I do like how the blue mixes in with the purples and all of this stuff, and the whole aesthetic of this palette I do love. However, the least amount of usage is probably going to be this blue one right here. And like I said, it wasn't hard to blend once I got the hang of it. So what I tried to do the first time, I tried to do my crease color, and then I tried to put the blue on and then put a shimmer on top. And what I noticed what that did was sort of start taking away the blue that I put down. So when I sort of did it a little bit different, I put my crease color, then I put my shimmer, then I put my blue down, then we were good as gold. It was easy to blend, it was easy to move around that way, and I didn't feel like I was losing the shadow. Aside from that, I haven't had any other issues with this palette. Out of all the palettes that she's released this far, I think this one is my favorite aesthetically. As far as the color scheme, as far as the actual packaging. For some reason, I did not expect the pan sizes to be as big as they are. I do believe that this palette, for the pan size that you get, for the quality that you get, I do believe that $44 is actually worth this palette. The thing that I like about the color choices, and the thing that drew me in, was that although she still has like the reds and the cherries and the same tones that are sort of popular right now, she threw in the blue, she threw in the gold, she threw in more colors, the black, the sort of pinky pale color right here. Like, she threw in some colors that sort of differentiates this palette from other palettes. I'll get way more use out of a palette like this than I would an entire red or cherry or nude palette, if that makes sense. Alright guys, that about does it for me. Hopefully this video was helpful and informative. If so, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you guys have any questions about this palette or any of the palettes or products that I review, go ahead and leave those in the comments and I'll get back to you. Yeah, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Share the wealth, share the video. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.